Haas. Davis.
Here.
Plowman. Nelson.
Here.
We have 6 present, 3 absent.
The 3 absent are excused. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Are there any proposed additions or deletions to the agenda as presented? I would like to pull items E, F, and H. With those changes, is there a motion to approve the agenda as amended?
So moved. Second.
Motion been made and seconded. Discussion. So staff, you have that noted on those 3? Thank you. All in favor of the adjusted agenda, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That motion does carry. Next, we have consent items. Ms. Thompson.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, on tonight's consent agenda, we have for council's approval the City Council minutes of February 7th, Willmar Municipal Utilities Commission minutes of February 14th, Planning Commission minutes of December 15th, Accounts Payable Report for February 2nd through the 16th. We have appointment to Airport Commission of Ryan Nelson, which has been pulled by the mayor. Appointment to Planning Commission of Jasmine Miller, which has also been pulled. Application for exempt permit, Willmar Senior High Trap Team. A resolution for the removal of Khalif Basur from Planning Commission, which was pulled also earlier in the meeting. Council's acceptance of Police Commission minutes of December 17th. Convention and Visitors Bureau minutes of February 15th. Airport Commission minutes of January 5th. Council's information, the appointment to Park and Recreation Board of Kent Skoglund. Appointment to Human Rights Commission of Margaret Peggy Karsten. Appointment to Human Rights Commission of Heidi Jo Amen. Appointment to Municipal Utilities Commission of Abdurrahman Hussein Abdi or Kadar. Invest in Willmar Board minutes of August 11th.
Motion to approve the consent items.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the consent items. Discussion. Roll call.
Councilmember Osmus,
Aye.
Butterfield,
Aye.
O'Brien,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
Nelson.
Aye.
5 ayes, 0 nays.
That resolution passes. Next, we have open forum. Has anybody signed up?
No, Mr. Mayor, no one has signed up for tonight.
Next, we have item number 9, which is consideration of change order number 2 to project number 2101-A, 2nd Street Southeast Reconstruction. Our interim city engineer, Jared.
All right, good evening, Mayor, Council. Item number 9 this evening is related to the 2nd Street project. It is change order number 2 for that project in the amount of $13,396.18. With the change orders, change order number 1 in this change order, the project budget is still within the contingencies identified in the budget. And ultimately, the change order was for the discovery of a existing storm manhole that was not identified in the contract documents, the installation of temporary mailboxes, and then finally the prep of the roadway for the winter. So with that, there's a resolution in your packets this evening, and I'd stand for any questions that you might have.
Looking for a motion to approve the resolution.
Motion to approve.
Second. Motion made and seconded to approve the change order number 2 for project number 2101A, 2nd Street Southeast Reconstruction. Discussion. Roll call.
Councilmember Butterfield,
Aye.
O'Brien,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
Osmus.
Aye.
5 ayes, 0 nays.
That resolution passes. For the public's information, items E, F, and H were pulled because we did not have a quorum of the council to approve those items. In order to approve those items, it takes at least 6 council members to be present. There are only 5 present at the meeting this evening. In some instances, the mayor can cast a deciding vote, but on these particular appointments to a commission, it does take action of a minimum of 6 of the council members. That's the reason that they were pulled. Next, 2022 street and other improvements. Mr. Okins, our Public Works Director.
Mr. Mayor, members of council, item number 10 on your agenda is 2 items that are being requested tonight. The first item on your agenda is a preliminary budget, a little under $11.1 million for the 2022 street improvement projects. There are 8 projects listed on your council action request form. The second item then, of that 11.1 million, I'll just say that the financing for those anticipated is 4.8 million for bonds, a little over 600,000 for local option sales tax, 2.7 million for municipal state aid funds, 1.3 million for waste treatment, a little over $1 million from the municipal utilities, and 584,000 for the county. The second item being requested then would be part of the bonding requirements of the 4.8 million would be an intent to reimburse. That second item would allow the city to reimburse itself for costs that may be incurred prior to the issuance of the bonds. So again, there are 2 action items. The first one is the preliminary budget. Final budget will come before you once bids are received and tallied. And the second item, again, is the intent to reimburse for the bonding.
Thank you. Council, what are your wishes?
I'd make a motion to adopt the resolution of the 2022 street and other improvement projects preliminary budget.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded. Discussion. Roll call.
Councilmember O'Brien.
Aye.
Davis.
Aye.
Nelson.
Aye.
Osmus.
Aye.
Butterfield.
Aye.
5 ayes, 0 nays.
That resolution passes. Next, we're looking for an intent to reimburse.
I can make that motion also to adopt a resolution of intent to reimburse for the costs incurred with the 2022 street and other improvement projects.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the intent to reimburse costs incurred for our street projects. Discussion. Roll call.
Councilmember Davis.
Aye.
Nelson.
Aye.
Osmus.
Aye.
Butterfield.
Aye.
O'Brien.
Aye.
5 ayes, 0 nays.
That resolution passes as well. I'm not sure who to address my question here to. I should have asked a question earlier. Are we ahead of schedule of where we normally are in the process for for our street projects? Because that was one of the desires of the council. I was going to ask that earlier and I forgot.
Yeah, good evening, Mayor and Council. I can address that question right now. It's also in our next, my next report, but ultimately, the projects are significantly ahead of schedule, upwards of 2 months. So
I missed that last part.
upwards of 2 months compared to historic.
Does that raise any questions for any council? Okay. Councilmember Osmus.
Just wondering if that advance of 2 months, is that going to help us with better prices? Do we anticipate?
I'm hopeful that it does, definitely. It's definitely going to provide more time for the contractors to do their work and get it complete before the snow flies in the fall and the winter. And certainly with a longer duration of construction or a longer timeline to get the construction done, the contractors typically provide better pricing for that.
Hope so. Thank you.
Okay, next we have item number 11, consideration of 2022 street reconstruction projects and lift station elimination plans and specifications to authorize and advertise for bids. Mr. Vogel.
All right, good evening, Mayor Council. Before you this evening is resolution authorizing advertisement for bids for the 4 reconstruction projects plus the Trunk Highway 12 lift station elimination project. Trunk Highway 12 lift station elimination project bids would be taken or opened on March 16th, and the bids would be opened for the reconstruction projects on March 23rd. The 4 reconstructs are 6th Street, Charlotte, Industrial Drive, and then the 13th and Litchfield project. The public hearing for the street improvements was held and authorized to proceed with the plans and specification preparation. And before you this evening is a resolution to authorize advertisement for these 5 projects.
Council, what are your wishes?
I can make a motion to adopt the resolution approving final plans and specifications of the 2022 street construction projects and lift station elimination project and authorize advertisement for bids.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. Councilmember Nelson.
I don't know if this is the appropriate time, but perhaps you'd like to make some comments. I did attend the open house the other night, and it was greatly appreciated. I appreciated the information that was there, and I didn't know if you had any comments about how the public received that and what you provided.
Yeah, sure. So last Thursday evening, we did hold a open house for the residents on the reconstruction projects. Staff told me earlier this week how many we had attend, but I think it was in the neighborhood of 25 people out of the total 200 plus residents. So not too bad, but at least it gave people an opportunity to come in and have a conversation informally with us about what impacts they might expect as a result of construction. I will note that we have set up a project website, so each individual reconstruction project has its own website where updates will be posted. For example, once we have contractor information, things of that nature, contractor schedules, it'll be the primary communication medium for the residents on the project. So if council should get any questions from residents on the project, please definitely encourage them to go to the website, because that's where all the latest and greatest information will be. And we're going to get a link to that on the city's website so that it's seamless. But residents can sign up for email updates and text updates relative to the project. So I think it's going to be a good communication method to keep everybody well informed, and hopefully reduce the amount of questions for you all as well as other city staff. So
The QR code that was on there, does it take you to that website?
it does.
Okay.
Yep.
I was impressed. It was nicely done, so
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you for those positive comments. So we have a motion that's been made and seconded. Additional discussion. So I have a question in regards to the open house that you had. Did you have interpreters there if they were needed or not?
At the open house, we did not, no, and none were needed,
There were none needed?
no.
Okay, thank you. So we have a motion that's been made and seconded to approve this resolution. Roll call.
Councilmember Nelson.
Aye.
Osmus.
Aye.
Butterfield.
Aye.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Davis.
Aye.
5 ayes, 0 nays.
That resolution passes. Ms. Valiant, can we do liquor?
Yeah, that's what's
We
in
have to
that 12.
have all 5.
Yeah.
Mr. Mayor, we have to have 5 affirmative votes on liquor.
Okay, so it's 5 affirmative votes, okay. Next, we have consideration of Civic Center Arena Special Event on Sale Liquor License Holder Permit, Holiday Inn and Green Mill. Ms. Thompson.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, before you tonight is a request to approve a liquor permit for Israel Morales. He's planning to hold a Bel Gigante concert event on April 9th at the Civic Center, and a special event permit is required to distribute or consume alcohol on the Civic Center grounds for this event. TPI Corp., doing business as Holiday Inn Green Mill, has applied for the permit for this event.
Is there a motion to approve that alcohol permit license or request?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded. Roll call. Discussion. Roll call.
Councilmember Osmus.
Aye.
Butterfield.
Aye.
Davis.
Aye.
Nelson.
Aye.
missing, forgot Butterfield, I'm sorry.
O'Brien.
O'Brien,
Aye.
5 ayes, 0 nays.
That resolution, or that motion passes. Next, we have consideration of liquor, Civic Center Arena Special Event on Sale Liquor License Permit for Mama D's Green Lantern. Ms. Thompson.
Again, Mr. Mayor and members of the council, before you is a request to approve a liquor permit for Mama D's Green Lantern to serve liquor at an event scheduled for April 16th, and it's for Brock Larson. He's holding a cage fighting extreme MMA event at the Civic Center.
Council, what are your wishes? Seeing and hearing no motion, the item dies for lack of a motion from council. Next, we have summary of conclusion, evaluation, performance of City Administrator Leslie Valiant. I just want to make a comment on item number 13. The request of the council was to have local vendors supply the alcohol and on these types of events, and it was made very clear by the council. I think that is the reason for a lack of a motion. And the request was to tighten that process up, and I know a state statute doesn't allow us to do that. And so I think that probably what you saw happen here is simply the council's desire to have a little bit more local control on the liquor. So next we'll have a consideration of the city administrator's performance. I have a script that's been prepared for me by Flaherty and Hood, who assisted the council in the evaluation of Ms. Valiant. This summary of conclusions of the evaluation of the performance of City Administrator Leslie Valiant is pursuant to Minnesota State Statute 13D, 0.05 sub 3. Under opening statements on February 7th, 2022, the City Council held a closed meeting to evaluate the performance of City Administrator Leslie Valiant. In accordance with governing law, at this council meeting, which is the next possible open council meeting following the previously mentioned closed meeting, the City Council is required to summarize the conclusions of the evaluation reached by council at the February 7th, 2022 closed meeting. City Administrator Valiant did not request that the meeting be held in an open to the public. As a result, the evaluation of City Administrator Valiant's performance took place in a closed meeting as provided under the Minnesota Open Meeting Law. Conclusions. As the chairperson of this meeting, I will now provide the summary of conclusions reached by the council from February 7th, 2022. Council members were sent a confidential memo on this last week and had an opportunity to review it for factuality. City Administrator Valiant was evaluated on numerous aspects of her performance and has in every instance met and often exceeded expectations. City Administrator Valiant is responsive, honest, and helpful in communication with the council. City Administrator Valiant has provided stabilizing leadership during a challenging period of staff turnover for the city. City Administrator Valiant is building a strong team and has a positive effect on employee morale and elevated the level of public service provided by the organization. City Administrator Valiant has established positive relationships throughout the community. The mayor and council are grateful that Leslie has joined our city and thank Leslie for her hard work on behalf of the city. Goals for future performance were agreed upon and will be reviewed at Leslie's next review. A salary increase at this time is warranted based on City Administrator Valiant's performance evaluation. And so I am looking for a motion from council to approve the summary conclusions of the evaluation and also to increase a salary, or to approve a salary increase retroactive back to December 1st, 2021.
I'll make that motion to approve the recommendations.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded. Discussion. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That motion passes. Next, we have our community pride announcements. Does council have anything that they wish to point out that's going on in our community. Seeing and hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded. We are adjourned.
Is this a